Do it!
Oh, do it! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the what theoretically is hopefully going to be a nice, relaxing stream, depending on how much I fuck up. Just a quick hello to a few people. Hey, Master Dude, how you doing? Hey, Oscar Bernard. Oscar Bernard, is that you, Overseer? Gabriel Davila and Joseph Pavlov. Hello to all of you. And joining me is Max. Are you there, Max?
There's nobody watching on Twitch, so I need to go to YouTube.
I don't suppose that really matters, does it?
Well, you know, if I want to keep an eye on the chat, that might be useful.
Oh, you're going to have to keep them both open. Forever.
Yeah. No.
Right, one thing that might be useful, I'm just going to do a quick check if anybody's pushed any code. No, it doesn't look like they have since I pulled.
Rick was the latest.
Rick was the latest? Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, he's back as well.
I've got to live up to that.
Yep.
It's hard, man.
Yep.
Hey, Centurion, how you doing, my man? Today, we're not going to be doing too much. We're only going to be going for about an hour. A lot of it is going to be asking any questions that you guys asked. Hey, Technicist. And hello, Viking. So if you've got any questions at all about the development of Ages of the Federation, jump in, ask them. We'll answer what we're willing to. Might not be everything, but... now, we wanted to do some research, didn't we?
I'm Mr. Master Dude. Hello to you too. Yes, we did. Well, maybe... I don't know. What do we want to do research-wise?
Well, why don't you run me through what was put in the stream on... was it Tuesday that you had a stream with Keith? With Bane?
Yeah, we did a lot of abilities.
Okay.
I did some mine work.
Right, excellent.
Some space mines. They are in-game now, and they make things go boom. And they actually have a detect radius, which is really cool.
Nice, nice. Now, one of the things that you wanted doing... and I believe we did talk about it very briefly, didn't we? Is you wanted some research that improved the pre-existing abilities?
Yes, but some of these don't even have strings yet, some of these abilities.
Oh, good. Well, as long as I know what the abilities are, that's not an issue. I can do the strings while we're at it.
Yeah. Well, Keith did a really nice new system when it came to abilities. Now, if you type in Fed, you'll find that Fed has Fed_ability_ship name_ability name. So it has artillery frigate _advanced warheads.
Yeah, gotcha.
Cruiser _Mark III polarized hull. So you might be able to work off of that. So
well, I mean, which ones do you want? Is the question.
Well,
as research.
The passives are the improved, the ones that I definitely want improved. Let me just check in the game also what kind of research is already in.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'll open the game as well while we're going. Round here somewhere, there it is. I'm feeling okay, Centurion, I'm alright, my man.
Hello, Mr. Joe for Play.
Etizo 7, I think that is Trekker. Is that you, Trekker?
Yes, Oscar, that is me indeed at my finest.
Joe 4Play says, I'm watching on both Twitch and YouTube. What a mishmash of infinite voices. You know you love it.
As you should.
You know you love it.
I think it's freaky and I like it.
Oh, God.
Wop.
I added mines and managed to make things go boom with them. Maxwell at his finest. Right, so let's just pop into a tiny map.
I was hoping you were going to pop into a Niue map.
Niue map. Ah, the Dutch, the Dutch. I'm good, Master Dude. How about you, my man?
Hey, Trekker. God, I love the music choice, sweet. Ah, so pretty.
Better turn my music off for a moment.
Something copyright.
It is what it is. I don't mind if these coding videos are demonetized. That's fine. I'll cope with that.
Oh, I meant the in-game music, not your whatever music.
Well, that's what I mean. Because of course I'm hearing it as well. It's I've fluffed it, ladies and gentlemen. Demonetized forever.
Well, let's see. We've got the research info most ship unlocks. We've got No icons for all our planetary unlocks, but they're there.
The game's not fancying it for me. It's just sitting there having to think about it.
Yes.
Yeah, I've had quite a migraine over the last couple of weeks, but it's improving now. That's the main thing.
Yep, it's getting worse, so it's getting better.
That's all that one can ask for, really, isn't it? Come on, you bleeding game. Get your finger out. Oh wow, what's Shaq streaming?
Nothing worthy of our attention.
I think the game's just decided it hates me. It's just sat there,
Just give it.
playing the music,
Yeah, it'll do its thing.
pissing about. Oh, there we are. After all my complaints.
You might also notice that there are some improved Federation ship textures. You know, something you did privately. You know, the baked-in light map stuff on some more Fed ships.
I suppose I could spawn a few in just so people can have a look.
You remember, there's a bunch of them already there.
Well, oh yeah. I don't think you've done anything with this one yet, though, have you? The NST.
No, because
No.
Dowd.
No doubt. Jupiter, nothing done on that yet either, is there? Oh, actually, maybe you did. Yeah, I was just looking at it thinking, this looks better than it did. So what Max has done is he's done something, well, he just said baked-in light maps. Now, the practical effect of that is he renders a light map which takes into account the sources of light. So the sources of light are obviously going to be the glowy bits. So anything that glows, you've got this little central segment here. You've got the buzzards, or the buzzards, if you like. Any blue bits.
Buzzards.
Buzzards.
Buzzards. You're a wizard, Harry. A what? A wizard.
Now, of course, in a natural environment, they would cast light on other segments of the ship. So he's simulated that. You can hopefully see, I don't know how good the stream quality is, but you should be able to see that the Buzzard here is casting a little bit of a red glow on parts of the ship.
If you zoom into the Neptune, it's a bit better view just to look at that.
Neptune.
You know there's one around. Spawns with 2 Jupiters, 1 Neptune, and then the next.
Ah, here we go. Yeah, this is actually a really nice view of it. Yeah, good job. So you can see here, there's a little bit of glow that is reflected off the saucer. And
as well on the tubes of the nacelles, if you look to the dark side of the ship, you'll see it very clearly.
The dark side. Yeah, you can see, if I angle it slightly downwards, you see that the glow is reflected here on this surface. Which just makes it a little bit more true to life, because that's what light would do. So we've done a little bit of that.
And it's also very visible on the housing of the deflector.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, so it is. Right here and here. Very nice. And you've done the... I wanted to say the Enterprise then, but you've done the NX class, haven't you, as well?
The NX, it's not as noticeable. You can see it a bit on the deflector housing and on the nacelle housings of the nacelle stuff.
I think we spent a bit of time on this. Was it the NX that we spent a bit of time on it with?
Something. The Buzzards kept making massive orange glows.
Yeah, when we were doing this one, I was in a little call with Max, and he was doing it as we went, and we were getting pretty extreme glows from the Buzzards, and it was just it was a bit much, so we had to fiddle. Well, Max had to fiddle around a lot with it. It's looking nice though. I think it makes the ships look more real. Oh, actually, there's a good place, Max. Right where the pylon meets the nacelle, you can see the reflected glow there.
Blue glow.
Yeah, it's good. Right, let's roll out. Okay, so the abilities themselves.
Let's start out with the ship. Let's have a look, see at some of the ships that we've got in.
Got one here called Target Engines on the NST. Do we want to do anything with that?
Let's take the Fed frigate first. Find it. Fed frigate.
What's one of those? Like the Jupiter class?
Yeah.
I think we've got one of those somewhere, haven't we? Yeah, there it is. So its new ability.
Just grab the file itself. Fed frigate. It has.
It's called Attack Pattern Omega.
Then we'll grab the Neptune, the frigate heavy. which has Fed ability heavy frigate _ Mark II polarized hull.
Here it is.
If we could add an improvement research for that.
It's currently string not found.
Yeah, it doesn't even have a string or an icon.
That's fine. There's no icon I can deal with. Okay, so let's find it first and foremost. We just need to minimize the game.
In the meantime, I'll be making some particle effects for some of the abilities.
That sounds good to me. Okay, so Fed ability, which one is it?
Frigate heavy.
Frigate heavy.
Frigate ready.
Oh
wow, if that sounded half as good as I thought it sounded, I am now going to be a voice actor for the Sorry.
Right, so here we are. Let's see what this ability does, because of course I wasn't there for the stream the other day, sadly. It's an ability, apply buff to self, so whatever it does to the ship that it originates it.
Thank you, Centurion, for the compliment on the texture work.
Good man, good man. Very J-Trekky. Oh, Master Dude, don't say that. You know Max will jump through the screen.
Can we ban him from the stream?
Never. I love Master Dude. I'm not letting him go. Weaponized Blizzard collectors. Sounds like a Max thing to do.
So it just sucks up all the other ships around like...
Yeah. Mine? Right, so let's look at the buffs so I can take a look at it.
We've already got those. Well, one of the things, Chris, we're going to need to do is I think we're going to need to modify the entity itself.
I hate you.
Because it's now set up as a fixed level 0, which should be a research at level 0, because I want it unlocked with a research.
That's right. I mean, we'll do that shortly. In fact, I'm going to have to come out of the game to do it, otherwise it'll throw a little bit of a wobbly. But let's see what it does.
Help it.
Right, so the buff entity modifier type is armor as damage target. And let's see exactly what it does.
Well, I'm going to be working on the particle effect for the Corvette for evasive maneuvers.
Well, long story short, it increases the armor value. Very, very simply put, by 1. At least at level 0. Is that fair to say?
I'm not looking at the effect right now, but yes.
We'll worry about the strings in a bit. The strings are the descriptions, etc.
Type those out. You know,
Battleship Bismarck. Battleship Bismarck, of course, is asking when is AOTF going to be released.
All right, now we've got
next
a rule
week
for that. No, we've got a rule for that. Every time somebody asks it, we delay it by half a year. So if to anyone else listening, you can blame Bismarck now.
Bismarck says, I don't want the generic response. He already knew what you were going to say. We don't know, is the genuine answer to that. It depends on how quick we code and how quick we can make models and how quickly we're comfortable with a potential release candidate. I wish we could say that when that was going to be. If we were a professional development team and we had 8 hours a day to work at it,
which would definitely not.
We could probably give you an estimate because we would have a real plan. You know, everything would be worked out to the nth degree, but we don't. We genuinely don't. I mean, we've got a plan. We've got an overall overarching design, but what we don't have is a specific plan as to who's going to do what when. We just do it as and when it's 1, convenient, and 2, appropriate for us to do it. There are 2 teams, really, if you will, that are working on this together. And one is an art team and the other is a code team. A lot of us border on both. I know Max does, because he does a lot of the code while he puts art into the game, so he acts as a very nice bridge. But there are some artists, for example, Undying Nephilim, who's an amazing artist.
Amazing, insanely fast artist.
Yes, yeah, and he's been working with us for a while, and we're delighted to have him on board. He just exclusively deals with art, so what he has to do is he has to give the models to Max, who then prepares them for the game and puts them in the game. And then after that, myself and Bane and Draconis will probably go and do a little bit of a balance pass, because one thing that Max likes to do is put things into the game so overpowered that everything in the entire universe dies. Is that fair to say? I think it is.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
I'm a member of the Imperial Senate on a diplomatic mission to Alderaan.
Hey, Centurion would like to know when AOTF is going to be released.
go. It's been now a year now.
And he says, delayed by half a year.
See, you get it. You understand.
Zombie Rust 5 says, I wish real development worked like that. Yeah. There is that.
I'm glad you're watching us, Zombie. Always a pleasure to have you around.
It is. We learned a lot from Zombie. Having said that, we're not using the Eclipse plugin today. We're doing it. We're doing it seat of pants. For those of you who don't know, Zombie Russ, he is actually he's worked on loads of Sins mods.
God amongst men.
That too, but he's worked on loads of. Oh, I just pressed buttons. Control Z. He's worked on loads of Sins mods. I think one of the mods that you'll know more than any of the others is likely is it the Fall of Cobalt?
Sins of the Fallen, I think, yeah.
Yeah, well, Sins of the Fallen / Fall of Cobalt, which is a Battlestar Galactica theme mod. That's one of his. Sins of the Fallen is one of his. I know that he, certainly back in the day, did a lot of work on Sacrifice of Angels 2. He's, I believe, at least partially responsible for Sins of the Prophets in some ways, because there was a big issue with it 2-3 years ago maybe, and Zombie turned up and did loads of work for them and got them on the straight and narrow. So yeah, Zombie's fantastic, and he has
got them on a straight and narrow
before isometric balancing. But he's also created something using Eclipse, which is effectively a plugin that allows you to make abilities and entities and all sorts of really useful things that effectively coaches you in how to make all of these, so you're not fumbling around in the dark quite so much. It's really, really useful. Like, I would anybody who wants to get into Sins modding, I'd suggest you try it out. You can go to Sins of the Fallen, and I think he has a resource page linked in there. Anyway, Master 2 would like to know when AOTF's going to be ready.
How many times do we have to tell you, old man?
Right. So, we need to make a research for this, because what you're wanting to do is have 2 levels of research?
Yeah, so you can have, like, you can unlock it.
Okay.
And you can improve it.
Okay, so which means it'll go from it'll go from 1 armor to 2 armor. At least that's what we're seeing here at the moment. So
that's the base we're going to put it on. Yeah.
I've got something nice here called Fed Res Ability, because I wanted a base to start with. There we go. This is a research subject. We can see at the top it says entity type research subject. It's not very good when it's highlighted. This is it.
Why don't you just have it in black and white, like normal people?
Well, if I had it in black and white, the white wouldn't show up, would it? So perhaps, let's just go to Settings, Style Configurator. If we change this to like a nice green, perhaps that's going to work. Save and close. Oh, that's fine, isn't it? Look at that.
I meant just like the regular colours.
Well, because what happens is the sheer amount of white on the screen creates a glare on my face, and I look like I'm anemic and about to pass out. So I decided...
Well, you are, but...
Oh, that, yeah. Oh, do you know what? My music stopped. Let's, there you go. Right, so what we need to do here is we need, first things first, my chocolate starfish is my man Fred Durst. We'll get rid of the icons for the moment, which is fine. We need to create a nice string for it. So I think what we'll do is we'll go fed.
Speaking of doing things, I just finished a particle.
Oh my.
Fed ability.
We'll have a look at that shortly. Okay, so what's the thing called? Mark II polarized hull. In fact, should we go ability just so we know what it is?
Fed just use Bane's naming convention that he came up with for that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I've decided to do. It's a lot of bloody underscores though. Mark II polarized hull. Underscore name. Okay, now that we've got that, we'll copy it with Control C, paste it in here, and go desk object. So we've got its name and its description there. We haven't done the string yet though. Okay, so the research field that we want it in is combat. The research window location, we can't have it in block 0 because we've already got stuff in that block, which is the top block. Let's put it in block 1. Oh, that's 2. Let's put it in block 1 for the moment. This is... How early would you like this unlock?
What ship is it? A heavy frigate?
Heavy frigate indeed.
I would say relatively early in the game, wouldn't it?
Okay, so how about 2?
Yeah, when do we... I think
you need 3 research stations in order to unlock it.
Why do you ask me hard questions?
These are the important questions that we need to find answers for.
I'd maybe think even a little bit earlier.
Alright then, we'll stick it in 1, which means you'll need 2 research stations. We'll leave it in position 0 for the time being, which means it's at the top of the second window, and it's 1 along from the left-hand side right now. We don't need any research prerequisites for it at the moment, which is fine. Minimum artifact level, we don't need one of those either. How long do we think it should take to have this upgrade? I think a nice round 35 seconds.
When I sign
yeah.
the pact of alliance.
Korok, thank you so much for subscribing, my man. It's really good of you.
We can always change it. That's kind of the thing that we can do.
And then we'll have something called a per level upgrade time. So if we have 2 levels for this, we can increase the time factor by an amount. I want to increase it by 10 seconds. So it'll take 45 seconds for the second one. The credits, we're going to make it relatively cheap. We'll make it 300 by... I think, yeah, we'll go 50 metal. And we'll go... Actually, yeah, 75 crystal might be nice. Per level cost increase. 50. Another additional 50 credits. An additional 25 metal. And an additional 25 crystal. That seems reasonable, doesn't it?
Well, you're not a reasonable person, so I wouldn't know.
Max number of research levels is going to be 2.
Sorry that it seems like I'm not paying attention. I'm actually just working on a shield.
It's because he's not paying attention, guys.
I will end you.
I find Sublime Text much better for coding, to be honest, but maybe it's an acquired taste. It might... I haven't tried Sublime coding. I will try it at some point. I prefer Notepad+, but I don't do much coding. I mean, this is Notepad Plus or Notepad++. It's something that I've used for ages. Plus.
Plus.
As the best flak shot kind of weapon. Talking about Fall of Cobol. Could I make an ability suggestion? Says Centurion. The D7 made its screenshot appearance on ModDB today, so it would be for that specific ship. Go ahead. We're always listening. We're always willing to listen to people.
Where am I seeing this question?
It's on. It's about 4 or 5 comments up.
Oh yes, go ahead, Centurion. I'd always be interested to know. Sorry, I just scrolled. You know.
Koro says, "I like your work, guys. I'm from Germany and I play a lot of your mods for Sins of a Solar Empire. Well, they're not all our mods, sadly."
Yes, they are.
Okay, yeah, we did them all.
Claim the fame. Claim more fame.
Claim all of the fame. Actually, we're very, very lucky to be part of the Sins of a Solar Empire modding community. I've seen a lot of modding communities. I haven't been part of a lot of modding communities, but I will happily say that the Sins modding community is the least toxic, most friendly, and most helpful modding community that I have heard of. At least I hear about other modding communities out there, kind of Fallout, Skyrim, Empire at War, and there are always pretty horrific stories about toxicity and taking assets without asking and all sorts of really unpleasant things like that. And that just never, ever happens in the Sins community. We all just get together and help each other out. It's wicked. We're really, really lucky. Anyway, right, yeah. Centurion is asking, perhaps give the D7 some sort of concentrated disruptor shot or blast. A single target, heavy damage, medium cooldown.
You know, I like that part, except for the very, 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 very end of that thing. Because the original was like a kind of sound, which is really weird.
You don't like that sound, huh?
I think I can actually find that sound, Chris, so you can actually listen to it for yourself. Let's go general iconic sounds. Now, if you go to this link, I'm going to link this to you on Discord.
Yeah.
And it should be under
Right. While we're doing that, I'll just talk for a moment.
Under alien sounds, it's Klingon Disruptor 2.
Can you send it to me?
I can link you to direct sound, but
Yeah, link's good. Listen to that once more. I want to use it. Inception. Can we use it, please?
Shut up.
Don't worry, he never notices when I make changes.
Oh no, I don't. I don't notice that Skybox is changing.
I didn't do that.
Yes, you did.
Although I did accept it.
Oh, I know you did.
He said, I want to do this, and I said, yeah, okay, that's fine, just don't tell Max. Right, there's a research modifier in at the moment, which is weapon targets per bank adjustment, capital ships or star bases. We don't need that, because that's not what this research wants to do, it just simply unlocks the ability.
Because we don't need no education.
We don't need no education. So let's delete that entire segment. And research float modifiers as a result becomes 0. It's not tier 7, it's tier 1. Let's change that.
Alright, now let's work on the second particle effect.
So there you go. That's all we need for this particular research, which is pretty damn nice. So let's Control S to save it. Boop.
Fed and an F.
Now, one thing that I do need to do is rename this to Fed Res for research ability. Oh my lord. Heavy frigates. Underscore MK2 polarized hull. There you go. So there's the research. It's been renamed. Everybody happy except for me. Keep this file in the editor. No, that can go. And we'll reopen it. So there's our research completed. Now, in order to get it to work the way that we want, because it's got 2 levels, there is one thing that we need to do. If we go to the ability itself, right now, the ability, level source type, it says here, you can see, it says fixed level 0, but we need to change that, don't we, Max?
Yeah. But that you can find out in the thing.
The thing. The claw. Isn't it scales with research or something?
Something like that.
I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll go to our downloads, of which there are many.
I'll open the Sin's Def myself just to help you take a look.
Like, Sin's Def, let's open it with 7-zip, open archive. Sin's Def.
You're not deaf.
That's, which is good. Oh, is it executable?
Yes.
I don't trust this.
It's not a virus. It's not a virus.exe.
Okay then. Alright, we'll extract it to downloads, that's fine.
Sin's Def viewer, yes. Run. Eclipse product. Now let me open, that would be a research subject. And then we'd have...
Oh look, it's Eclipse. We said we weren't going to use it, but here we are.
Now here's where I need to... No, we need to modify the ability.
So we need to go to research subject entity, research subject
no, we need
structure.
to go to ability. We need to go to ability.
Oh, we do, don't we? Yeah, that's what we're doing.
And we need to use...
Level source type is what you're looking for.
Yeah, level source type. Going research starts at 0. Or research with base. Yeah.
I'm lost. Isn't it research starts at 0?
No, research with base, because research starts at 0 means it always starts at level 0, and then you can upgrade it. I'm just asking a zombie, Oh, is the wiki up again? Link, please, zombie.
You made the wiki again? Oh, Lord. Lord and load.
Easier to look at. If zombie would be so kind to link that, we will be eternally grateful.
Zombie, I think... Give me a moment, zombie. Zombie, I don't know how to make you into a mod. Oh, hang on, yes I do. Hey, you're a moderator. You can post whatever you want there.
Oh boy. Oh wow.
So it looks like what we need to do is go to level source type, research with base, which is nice, and then it's going to be base source research subject. Now I rather suspect that it's going to need that. And the base source research subject is going to be the buff itself.
Oh, let's have a look at that GitHub link.
I tell you, if I get this right, you're going to give me a cookie.
See, you know, Zombie, this page is giving me a 404, that link you got me.
No. Oh, here we go. So that's the base research subject. Let's take a look and see if this works. This is not the page I am looking for.
Someone need an entity file, what's that?
And you're a moderator! You're a moderator!
Astro Dude is hoping for the best, but nope.
https
github.com/5/SOSE. /plugin/wiki 404. This is not the web page you're looking for. We get a little Luke Skywalker with a little land speed.
No. Go to Discord. Right, there is a Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion. No, is it Rebellion specifically? Yeah. Discord, here we are. If we go in here, there is something called resources. Oh, hey, look. No, that's not what we want. That's the Eclipse plugin. Haha.
Huh? Oh.
Oh.
The wiki.
Sins definition viewer.
Wiki/home.
I'm lost.
Oh, still again the 404.
Got it.
Hold up. Resources.
Got a research subject. Actually, this is a much nicer
there
way
we
of
go.
doing it.
Yeah, there we go. No, don't we need ability?
Oh yeah. I was proper excited with myself then as well. Level source type.
There we go.
Research base. We've got two things that we need to do.
Research with base research subject, and then improve.
It looks like I've pretty much got it already, which is nice. It's nice that I'm actually doing.
Don't say that. You're calling up the gods, and they're not going to be kind to you.
It'll be fine.
I remember the last time you said that.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. We said when we plummeted towards our deaths.
Okay.
Save as particle. Fed ability reinforced forward shields.
I'm really not sure if I'm doing this right, because I don't think we need these here.
Yes, you do.
Are you lying?
I don't know. Wait, I'm looking.
I had a coal on here, but I just don't think that's necessary.
I don't think that's necessary either. No. It's probably not necessary.
Do you know what? We'll find out, won't we? And that's
Why are you assigning a buff file to the base research subject?
Look,
It's a buff file you're linking to the base research subject.
It wants a buff file.
Alright, go back to your ability file. So to your,
look, in here, look, buff hole, wormhole, teleport. Look, it's down here. It wants a buff.
No, it needs a
Why don't you like anything I do?
I'm getting a headache.
Why don't you like it?
Oh god.
Oh god. So you want the research subject in there? Sister.
And then the one which improves it as well, so you can do like kind of 2 research subjects.
I don't believe you.
Then there's a second one for the improvement one.
Research with base is usually for a ship unlock, says Zombie Russ. And then an ability unlock. Well, we just want to do the ability unlock itself. We're not worried about the ship unlock.
Yeah, we want the ability to be able to be upgraded. So if you've got a better suggestion.
I think research at level 0 is the one. Research starts at 0.
Does that have 50 different places at the time?
Should we have a look at it? Yeah, research starts at 0 is the one, man.
No, research without base. Then you've got an improved research subject. So first you take the basic. You've got your basic research unlock section, right? Where it says like required research subjects. That's where you put the first one. Then you can do a one where it improves it, where you can kind of say like, hey, if you want to make it better, then you do this.
I think you're talking bollocks.
Ah, you're talking bollocks.
I think it's just bollocks, mate.
Ah, you're bollocks.
See, look, buff wormhole teleports down here again. It's... So you want to do research without base now, do you?
I'm going to check a stock ability. I'm just going to open a whole bunch of stock abilities and see if I can find anything which has research.
We're doing research without base. I'm not messing around. Just him.
Alright, I've just opened 50 researches, so...
There you go. I think we need to define what the buff is that we're improving underneath it.
So I think if you... That only has one level. That's a intrinsic Titan upgrade level.
What, isn't it intrinsic for capital ships?
Ship.
I'm just saying. I reckon it's fixed level 0.
Ha!
What?
No. I'm just going to check. Research subject ability access fleet beacon. Research subject ability access fleet beacon. Yes. Yes, it does.
So what are we doing?
Okay, so you'll need research without base.
Done.
So I'm going to copy and paste the code to you on Discord.
Bloody
So that's-
Discord!
Right, so if you look at this, I've looked at this thing, right? Which also has it set up as well under the same ability as a research requirement. See, it's the same research. And when I looked
Hang
at...
on.
And then I
It
looked
requires itself as a prerequisite.
No, that's the ability, right? So the ability gets unlocked when you research level 1. That's the second thing I posted of research subject ability access fleet beacon. However, the research to improve it is also research subject ability access fleet beacon, because research subject ability access fleet beacon has 2 levels.
I think you're talking a load of shit here.
Zombie, please back me up here.
So that's fine. So we can just go back there. So there's your ability. Research prerequisites. Number of prerequisites 1. Research prerequisite. If this works first time, I might poop myself.
Will you love me as well?
Nope. Oh, I got a subject here.
The worst part is I've literally opened 50 entities, figuring I was going to run into like a proper one at 25. It was like the fourth entity I looked at. I was like, damn it, I'm going to close 50 stock entities now.
Hey, you happy with that?
Can't see.
No gold.
Fed cap April Fools. Oh wait.
God, the delay on
see,
YouTube is 37
look,
seconds
look,
behind
look.
here. Yep.
Look what Zombie said in the chat. See that?
Hang on. I know I made him a moderator, but where's the ban button? Right, there we go. That'll do then.
See, even Bayness says research starts at 0, and then Bayness has like a crying emoji.
Oh, does he not like research starts at 0? No. Apparently, we're all wrong. But that's fine. I don't mind being wrong, fuckers.
I do like being right.
Copy this. I will paste it in here. Fuck me, we're almost at the end of our stream, but we've barely even done one ability.
Let's make the stream last a bit longer then.
I can't, I'm afraid. I've got other
Yes,
things to
you
do
can.
this evening. Alright, so that's gone in there. As per always, we need to go
Listen
to the
there,
end.
fucko.
I'm still convinced this isn't going to work. Alright, so editing count goes up to 2084. Save. Let's go to game info. Click B for players.
Passive maneuvers.
UFP. Where is it? There it is. Come down here to our researchers. Control C. Control V that in there. Rename this again. Shove it in here. And change the research count to 55. There we go. We can close these two now. So, Federation has the research. That's fine. The ability itself. Uh-oh.
Knockout. See, research such as 0 immediately unlocks and allows for an improvement research as well. Ah!
Don't know what you mean.
So when are we going to get a big Borg fight like the olden days? Grossart says. Well, this takes place in the Enterprise era, so the Borg are not really around at this point.
No, very true.
Sorry.
What was that? Sorry.
You got a problem there, punk?
Right, the other thing that we need to do right now is I need to put the name and description string IDs in. So we'll do that.
Make sure you follow Keith's naming convention.
I'll follow your face's name convention.
Oh, that would be nice as well, but I doubt you'll actually do that.
There you go. There's no gold.
No, gold. Fed ability reinforced forward shields.
Strings.
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 I'm gonna do one even. I'm gonna do it.
Grab this one. And first things first, we'll do the research.
I'm gonna do something even more annoying, Chris.
Are you?
Oh yes.
Oh, good. All right, so
Pushing changes.
please don't.
No entity manifesto or whatever edited. No string file affected. Only the textures and the affected abilities which you're not working on.
I don't like this. Okay, so what does this do? Let's just trigger some Americans by spelling armor correctly.
The Borg will win because the Feds are so primitive. Well, yeah, it's the Enterprise era.
When I found the path of alliance with
Oh, thank you so much, Bane. That's really nice of you, my man.
Zombie, I totally understand why. That's why.
Donating to end the stream before I cry more. Why? I'm doing work here. What do you want from me? Fuck me, it makes me want to stop doing this kind of stuff.
Better not.
Right, there we go, that's done. Now that would usually go to 4, but let's move it to 6 because I've got another 2 to put in. Boop. And now we'll just simply do the ability, which is, well, practically going to be the same to all intents and purposes.
Ooh! Speaking of the D7, our great, amazing PR guy posted a really nice picture of the D7.
Save it.
On ModDB.
Let's see if this works. Good man, Master Dude. Well, nothing's crashed yet. Yet. Alright, so let's go random tiny. Better dead than. And load in for 3 years. And once we've loaded in for 3 years, we'll know if the ability works or not. And whether I've put it in the right box. And whether the strings work.
Whether anything works.
I don't think Bane will be streaming tonight. Tonight is date night for Bane. I've been really trying, baby.
Let's get it on.
Trying to hold back. Oh, Jesus, why? I'm sorry about your ears, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not.
Sorry about my ears.
I'm not.
Master Dude says, this is why I only mod private mods for myself.
I'm sure that's the reason.
Yeah, to be honest with you, like when I code in private, I code a hell of a lot faster, but I make loads and loads of mistakes.
I don't.
Oh, is that happens to you, eh?
My changes are always perfectly balanced and working.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, I think what happens is we all fuck up and then Draconis fixes everything behind the scenes without us notifying.
Well, at least in part, yeah. I mean, of course, we do check our work, so if we know that we've broken something, we'll always fix it after the fact, won't we?
Yeah.
But, as I say, I mean, I usually push quite a lot of code at once, or at least I used to, when I knew how to code. Right, let's see. It was on a Neptune, wasn't it? So let's find that. Hey, look, the ability's not there. That's good.
Unbroken, it's supposed to happen.
Closing the game. So, what we found out there is that block 1 is no good. Because somebody, Max, didn't check. So let's find that piece of research, and we're going to move it to block 2 rather than block 1. Otherwise, we're overlapping something else. Block 2. There you go. Nice simple fix for that one, fortunately.
Gul Gaming is now playing Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion.
Would you believe?
10 out of 10 works as
Joe
intended.
for Play says, well, didn't Enterprise have that episode with a Borg? You could integrate some crazy time travel. I think it's unlikely that we'll do that, but you do never know. We do get funny ideas in our head sometimes.
You don't know what surprises are in store. A hero of the day, Andersuk 1, is a phrase which is not going to make it into this project. No matter what Bane says.
So if it loads and everything works, does that make me a hero of the moment? I think it might. 10 out of 10 works as intended. Yeah, agreed.
Oh, sorry, it just made me a bit sick there.
You're a hero of the moment.
Oh, hey, Bane! You alright, mate?
And, Max, you know that is staying forever.
Well, you know, if that's staying, then Romulan counter punchers are staying as well.
Okay, let's. He said counter. Please don't
Oh, I didn't.
Please don't double demonetize this.
Double demonetized.
I'm gonna donate to every one of Chris's streams saying "Hero of the Moment" now forever.
Well, I'm happy about this.
It's the heat of the moment.
Oh my. Right, so nothing's crashing, so we know the ability works. It was just in the wrong position there. I know you're doing more survival games. Have you tried Fade to Silence, as the game looks good, but I can't find much content online. Apart from the 5 episodes some YouTubers were paid for. I'd like to get paid for stuff. That'd be nice. Unfortunately, I don't think my number of subscribers would allow for that. But TOS had quite a lot of time travel for 72 episodes.
I think you and me should hit Space Engineers up again.
Do you know, I've actually been thinking about that recently. I got myself a mod list together, and you remember Rudy, don't you?
I do.
Rudy has a server that we could create a server on for Space Engineers.
That mean I'm not invited?
Anybody's invited who can gain access to the server. I think I'm going to whitelist it so like people don't blow my stuff up.
Well, then you should definitely not.
So right now, of course, the Jupiter can't use it. But what we'll need is, in fact, let's control.
Also, Anders,
I've got this little ratchet thing, and I keep sticking it to my hand. It's quite uncomfortable. Anyway,
just to reply to Anders 1, yes, I do think a hero of the day phrase makes Bane appear. Like, no matter where he is in the world, when somebody says hero of the day, he's just got some sort of spidey sense going on.
Master 2 says lol and demonetized. Yep. Oh well.
Nah, mate.
What am I trying to do here? Instant build times.
Test research is working.
No slot restrictions. Right, that's what I wanted to do. So I need 2 research Bindi badges. There they are, military
Bindi
outposts. Bindi badges. There you go. They've been completed. Let's take a look in here. Oh, it's now in the right spot. That's nice. It says string not fucking found.
And demonetized.
String not flipping found.
And double demonetized.
Okay, alright, so it does work. It's got 2 research levels, and the cost...
Does it change the ability on, like...
Does it unlock both levels of the ability? So you should have, like, first level, then second level, so with each unlocked.
It's not the Jupiter, is it? It's the other one. Neptune?
Neptune.
Yeah, so it's giving 1 armor right now.
Alright.
At level 1.
Okay.
I am too poor.
You need more money. You give yourself
There we
credit,
go.
yes?
I give money!
You take the credit.
I try buy! It no happen! Why it not work?
Max had broken it.
No,
It no work, eh?
no, it should work.
Oh,
when you
good.
make the thing.
Change player. Change player. Just make this quicker. Change player.
I'm not changing player!
Give resources.
Jesus.
It's so hard to work with these 2 people.
Hey, look, I got loads of resources. That's cool.
Idiot.
Research complete.
Alright.
Broke that shop.
Just tell me where to go.
I've clicked the wrong bloody thing again. Still only gives me 1 armor though. So it's not improved.
Ah, then it is not working as intended. So.
It won't break! It won't break!
It doesn't
broke.
crash the game.
No, it doesn't crash the game at all. But it doesn't appear to improve
Is
the
it
level.
set up as is the same research set up as did you set maximum levels to 2?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Look, I can't research it anymore. Level 2 of 2.
I meant the buff maximum levels. The ability.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't set anything. So, because I set them as unusual. So, did you set that in the file, Chris? Did you edit the file? The bit where I said you'll need to edit the files?
So it's the ability file that you want to look
By
at.
the silly faces he's pulling that's slightly lagged behind. If I was there right now, you know what would be happening right now, don't you?
You'd be making me a beer, you sod.
I'd be making you a beer.
Making
I'd literally
it.
be making you a beer, would I?
You
'Cause
would.
that takes literally
I
ages.
think this is more like something like a smash with a bottle over the head kind of situation.
I'd probably just.
Num levels 1. Yeah, that's gonna do it.
Where's the num levels?
It's under its ultimate ability and above level source type.
See under there, and then put 2.
What, you mean there?
Yes, it amazed me.
Alright.
Standing by.
Oh yeah, look at that, it works now.
Oh.
My
Ladies
phone
and
is...
gentlemen, if you're
I've got
wondering
an
how we
alarm on my
haven't got-
phone, hang on, what's going on here?
Guys, if you're wondering how we ever got stuff done on A3, well, yeah, we wonder that as well.
Chris is trying to remember.
What? Why? It is not time to wake up.
Dude, you got the same alarm sound as me. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, same alarm sound as somebody I used to know.
Somebody that I used to know.
No,
Hang on,
Go,
lads. I think there are further alarms incoming, and I've got to sort this out.
Go is just trying to remember how he did research in the other board.
It was a long time ago.
It's a recollection thing, isn't it?
Right.
Should be muscle memory to be fair, but oh well.
So what's the issue here? Why isn't the which bit of the research isn't working? Is it the
No.
Alright.
It's working now.
string not found isn't working on the
It should be on the ability.
descriptions? There's no good reason for that. There is genuinely no good reason for that. What? Why are you unlocking string not found?
Because the ability doesn't have a string file.
But if we go to the ability... But the ability does have a string file!
Typo?
Look! Look!
Hold up.
Ah, ruff.
Fed ability. Alright, now check the string file.
No.
There's a typo, wasn't it?
Definitely not. I think maybe one thing that we should probably check is
I'm gonna hurt you, Chris.
Chris, what you doing?
Hi, Luce.
Hi.
When you say what am I doing, do you mean why am I being an idiot, or why am I monopolising Keith's time when it should be date night? Is that the question?
No. He's all right for date night because we've got a long weekend. So Olivia goes to her dad's tomorrow.
Ooh, sounds nice.
Ooh.
Plus, I've been on nights, so I'm shattered.
Oh, have you? That
How you
is
been,
no
Olivia?
good at all.
Lucy, sorry.
I'm good, thank you. I now have an Olivia next to me.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey.
Liv.
They're saying hi. She's giggling now.
You are live on the internet, just so you know.
You are?
We are live on the internet.
On Tinterwebs.
On Tinterwebs, we are live.
It's all happening. There's an alarm gone off. I've got extra people in the stream.
There's children. There's a woman.
There's a woman, Max. Yes, there's a female.
Oh,
I
good
know
lord.
this is very special for these kinds of streams.
Yeah, there's a female. It's like walking in with the Big Bang Theory.
I
That's
don't
how
know
I
what
felt
you
on New
mean.
Year's Eve when we went down the Mugger Meeple.
I hope to God we're not that bad.
That was alright, the Mugger. I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah, but I felt like Penny from The Big Bang Theory because as soon as it came to the sports questions, I was all over that. When it came to the everything,
You
else,
weren't
I
winning
was
on that.
not
Lucy?
that.
Lucy?
Yes.
Lucy?
Yes, Max.
No,
Yes, Max.
He's being Sheldon.
Anything.
I know, yeah, I know. How's
You're in
dinner,
his spot.
Keith? Dinner is fine. You want your computer back?
Yes.
I don't think you've got a choice in that, mate.
Do you want Keith back?
I
mean,
quite lovely company as
If,
well.
if
so,
he
you know,
really
it's up to you.
wants to, as long as he doesn't complain about my terrible abilities at making computer games.
Chris said you can come back as long as you don't complain about his terrible, what is it? Terrible
Abilities at making computer games.
abilities at making computer games.
Master Dude says hello, Lucy. In fact, yep, we've got people in the chat saying hello to you.
you.
Oh, by the way, to everyone in the stream, yes, gentlemen, Lucy is as gorgeous as she sounds.
Aw, thanks.
Centurion just goes, well, this is different.
Where's
Special
can I
for
see
girls.
people commenting then?
Yeah, you can on Twitch and on
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
YouTube.
Hi. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm Keith's missus, by the way. Hi.
Bang.
Yeah, Master
Bane.
Dude said hello, Bane's wife.
Hi.
In fact, I can put a face to this name as well.
You can put the face. Yes, you can put the
I
face.
can. There you go. There's
Please
Keith.
make it clean.
This
Please
is
make it clean.
this is a nice one. Look, I've got a picture of you two.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
no,
I was
not that one.
That's a nice one. You look lovely in that. I was cutting out Keith's face because he looks ridiculous, and I really enjoyed it.
Oh, by the way, by the way,
I'm seeing over your shoulder
Hey,
there.
Bane, just remember, Bane, just somewhere on my computer is a picture of you in full makeup.
Oh no! Don't do that.
I don't know where it is, but know that one day I will use it against you.
Yeah.
Max has the picture of you when you did the cancer research makeup makeup day.
That's what I was using that
No,
picture for.
he will
If
forever.
anybody's interested, guys.
Keith's like, no. It's you.
Bane loads the shotgun and starts hunting
He
Max.
says
Says
he hates
Oscar.
you both so
I
much.
think they can hear me in the background.
The
Just
thing
about.
is-
I mean, more than we'd like to.
Okay.
General Sanis wants the picture of Bane in makeup, but
Yeah,
he's
General
not getting,
General
he's not
Sanis
getting
wants
it.
the picture of you in makeup from
he's
Max.
not getting it.
No.
That's my trump card to use one day. You will not know when. You will not know how. Just know that it's coming.
Who's Buengu? Sorry if I can't pronounce it right.
Wingu. He's also called Draken sometimes.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's a nice lad.
Right.
Centurion says cute couple.
Ah.
Master Dude 94 says yes, post it now, Max, and it's like no.
Apparently we're a cute couple.
Thanks.
As he says in his special voice.
His totally not sarcastic voice. Like, no, God,
Yeah,
why?
exactly.
My face is exposed on the internet forever.
Let's go instant build times and instant ability. No, not instant ability cooldowns. Good lord, no. Instant slot restrictions.
Suddenly business.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back on point here because I'm not succeeding at all.
Did I distract you? I'm sorry.
Nah, no more so that I was already distracted. I wouldn't worry.
Oh, cool.
Luce.
Right, I've got Keith like standing behind me. He wants his dinner, so I'm gonna have to go finish this dinner.
Okay,
Master Dude
well,
wants me to
nice
sneak
talking
the
to
picture
you.
into AOTF. Nice talking to you, Lucy.
When you put it that way.
So, see you later, guys.
I'll
Cheers,
see you
Sid.
later.
Bye.
Right, let's give ourselves some resources.
I think this is the most interesting stream crash we've had in a while.
What are we going? Military outpost, right?
I think so.
I hate you both so much right now.
Oh, we were nothing but
Why is it still string not found? What
I
possible
go
purpose
away
could it-
for like 5 minutes. And Lucy's sitting in my chair and you're all having a conversation.
She just got on there. We didn't do anything. She just appeared.
It's because she saw Chris's face and was just like, I've got to talk to Chris and catch up.
Why is it still string not found?
Because you need to restart the game, mate.
I did!
That's the counter. That's the counter string, though, isn't it?
No! No, it isn't.
That's the green text string.
What?
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 Well,
No,
the ability is string not found, in spite of the fact. Right, so here's the ability itself. Fed ability heavy frigate Mark II polarized hull _ name. Right? That's the name string ID. And the description string ID is desk.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about the green bit. No, you're
Right, up here. In fact, let's just bloody compare and contrast the two. Ah, it's a white one. Okay, that's fine. Look, 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 look. They're the same. They. Whoa.
I think you should just leave the strings to people that can string. Really, you know, that's.
Look.
Maybe it needs an icon.
You need a fucking icon.
I'm glad your stream's going really well.
Everything else works. Why doesn't that? What possible reason could it have not to bloody behave itself?
Well,
I must have done something wrong.
I reckon you've
well,
done something wrong.
obviously. Try giving it an icon as well. See what happens. Just copy a stock icon.
You give it an icon.
I would, but you'd hate me for editing that entity file, and then you'd go like, ah!
Hang on. It is 7918. Okay, that's fine.
It reads from top to bottom anyway, so that shouldn't be the issue.
Well, there was a bit of me that was hoping that there's got to be a good reason for this. There must be a good reason for this. I'm not letting this lie until we've got it fixed. Okay, so that's the ability itself. No.
Goud?
I'm absolutely enraged by this. No, Goud. Demonetized ×3. Error 001. Gold strings not found. Yeah. Master Dude! I did relaunch the game!
Have you tried relaunching the game?
It just sounds like Tweak now. Too much pressure!
Don't you get in on it, Amberenia. I have relaunched the game, damn it.
But have you tried relaunching the game? Maybe you should let Amberenia do the strings, because it's kind of his thing, you know. I'm just saying, he's really good at the strings.
I want to say mean things now.
You know, not everyone's cut out to do everything out there in life. You know, that when he takes a long drag like that means he's really frustrated.
General Sadis is quoting me now. Fucking Renka! Oh, I ain't even mad.
I ain't even mad, bro.
When's this mod coming out as Zombie Russ? Well, it's taken me an hour to do one ability, so you tell me, Zombie. You super mad. I am. This is why I need to get into a game later on where I just bash people's faces in with rocks.
Yeah, Vermintide. Good one for that.
I'm going to be playing Rust this evening.
Yeah.
That's... Don't like rest.
Are you streaming it?
Yeah. That's the plan anyway.
Thank you, Dragon Master, for the compliment.
Anders UK says, it's a secret sins error that's designed to send Gul into a mental breakdown. You get a special achievement when it happens. Now, if this bleeding research appears to be... It unlocks string not found. I have a plan. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the research, we're going to grab the name string ID, and we're simply going to paste it over the damn thing. Because we know that one works. Yeah?
We know what we know.
Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
3 times 4.
Yeah. Right. Is the plan rage quit?
That's generally what he does most of the time, to be honest with you. He rages quits. Usually when I beat him at computer games, there's a lot of rage and quitting.
Never had to rage quit then, have I?
Well, you like to call it quit rage.
I like to call it quick maths.
Because you quit, then you rage. So it's quit rage.
Oh god, Master Dude, why?
I can't see Master's comments, but I'm taking it that they're quite funny.
Thank you very much for the $2. And Master Dude would like to know when the mod's coming out. Oh.
Just because you give Gul money doesn't mean he'll answer the question. You do realise that, right?
Santa says, oh, by the way, Gul, I love that Mars game. Surviving Mars is wicked. It is absolutely great. I really enjoyed it.
On my list,
it needs more. That's one thing that it does need. It needs a little bit more ways that you can interact with your citizens when you have them. I think the stuff out in the wider world when you're building your base is fine, but I think you need more ways to interact with your citizens or to set them up. There are some fairly wonky bits of the game as well. For example, your little robot rovers, your little robot drones, they can't go through tunnels, which is really annoying. But it's nice, and it's a Paradox game, so we know it's going to be developed for about the next 15 years. Right, let's just take a look at this research. Why is it still string not found?
Your job isn't to fix the strings, it's just to put the research in.
Max, you know that ability that you found earlier? Would you mind pasting the bottom of it to me? Because what I suspect is going on here... no, I don't want to reload the damn thing. What I suspect is going on with it is I think there's an additional segment that deals with the ability itself.
Right.
So what I reckon is there's not just one name string ID and description string ID. I think there's actually going to be 2. Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, that sounds about right. Hey, Draconian, how you doing? Worth it for the joke.
Actually, so this is the very bottom. So yeah, it's yeah.
You want to paste that to me?
I did.
I did. Take a look. No, that's almost as this one is. No, that seems about right.
Maybe it does need an icon first.
Nah, can't be that.
It's sins, you never know.
Fine. There you go, it's got the fleet beacon icon now. Hang on, is that the right one? Yep. Do I have to restart the game again? Fine. Technicist says he feels my pain. I've lost all trust in Paradox after the Stellaris debacle happened. Well, what went wrong with Stellaris? I think it's actually a better game now than it was.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with Stellaris. It's just we didn't like modding it.
I actually much prefer Stellaris now than I did in its previous incarnations. Probably because I'm a Sins player.
Hold up, Chris.
Yes, dear?
Have you been editing the research subject in the game info folder or in the AOTF research subject folder? Or the ability, I mean.
No, it's in the game info folder. You can see it's got the little red.
Yes, I know you've modified it before, but could you hold up? Close the game.
It's here. Look.
And now open that ability.
It's in the game info folder.
And edit.
Yeah, it's in the game info folder. Look, it says up here. So it's not that.
I'm stupid. Maybe there's like put a space bar behind the string and in the desk in the string file, actually in the ability file. See if it doesn't have like a hidden apostrophe there.
No. No, it seems fine. It's a bloody weird one, isn't it? Oh, look. Okay, so... Still string not found. Most bizarre. I really don't understand why that is. I will work it out, but I'm going to have to do it off stream because we're already quarter of an hour overdue. Ah!
It's fine.
This is why I only follow Gul Damar and company. We're always just ourselves and you love it. Oh, that's so nice of you. Thank you.
And then I'm here sometimes, and I'm just the annoying kid that sometimes gets in the way.
You can't be anything but yourself, Max. That's what we like about you.
Aww.
Sometimes. Is it because tech is trying to link to something that doesn't exist? No, it is there. That's the thing. It is definitely there.
I'll type in entire new string, probably, or something like that.
I will work it out. I'm sure. I have a suspicion that maybe in the buff. Maybe there's something in the buff that connects to a string.
No, buffs don't connect to strings at all.
Not usually. I agree. But maybe this is a special one because it's got a particular type of... No. No, it wouldn't make sense for it to have anything there, would it? It's a funny one. It's definitely a funny one. This is something I'd like to use, I think, for the next version. Required completed research subjects.
Yeah, so we can actually make it so that you require at least...
Yeah, it kind of gives a particular style of progression that we'd be seeking for players to follow in order to get particular good stuff, rather than just rushing a particular... a
tree.
Yeah, particular tree. Oh, Sanis is... he's getting the fighting words on the go. He says, "No, Max, you're from Holland. You can't be liked."
Says the guy from Belgium. I mean, that just makes it argue his argument valid to begin with. Are those roads in Belgium, eh? Eh?
Tell you next stream. Yeah, I will work it out when I'm by myself at some point. And I will tell you exactly how I worked out and what I did to fix it in the next stream. That's what's going to happen. And by next stream, I mean the next coding stream. Of course, later on this evening, I'm going to be streaming a bit of Rust. I hope you'll join me. It'll either be fun or absolutely awful. You might see a load more rage face because I might do very badly. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I've really got to go. Thank you so much for joining me, Max. And I don't know if Bane's still here, but thank you for joining me if you are. Oh, good, he's not here. What a wanker. But thank you so much, guys. I hope you have a lovely evening. As I say, usually when I'm by myself, I work a bit faster than this, but hopefully it's been amusing, if nothing else.